What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Montana Method Podcast. Once again, your host, as always, Nelson Rodriguez Jr., author and writer and creator of Montana Method, much more than a book. It is a way of life. Today, I have a fantastic guest, a good friend of mine that I've gotten to know over the past few months, a gentleman that did a lot for the music scene down here in South Florida, especially for us Cubans. A gentleman I have a lot of respect for, that we're going to get into some great topics. He already was nice enough and generous enough to have me on his podcast, so now I'm returning the favor. So we're going to go over some great stuff and get into some legendary stories, maybe some life lessons, and see what he's getting into nowadays. So without further ado, you be the Underboss, the Apex.
I've been out here hustling all my life. Every day we get into it. Really out here in these streets. That's day and night. Like there's nothing to it. When I was going through it, dog, I never got your call. I never asked for nothing, no. But now I want it all. I promise I'ma do it. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank
What's
you for
up,
having
brother?
me, man. Appreciate you, bro. Sorry, I was a little...
Yeah, don't worry about it. Cuban time. It is what it is.
We got to stay true to our Cuban roots,
Yeah,
right?
of course. No, guayabera. It stays.
Always.
Stay true, you know?
You got
Definitely, man.
How are you doing, bro?
I'm blessed, brother. The podcast is doing well.
Beautiful.
I've had some great guests reach out to me. I've had some quality people like yourself on the show. And just putting out good content, you know, that's putting out.
key.
That's the only thing that matters. Everything else is...
And
You
the
know.
set looks amazing. The
Thank
crew
you.
looks great. So, I see you doing your thing, bro. I'm very proud of you, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, definitely.
It's an honor to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you, of course. This is a space just for people in Miami who are doing great things. You're definitely one of them.
Thank you.
No, of course. And I definitely... You're a special guy because you've been through what most people are trying to accomplish, and at this point, you can become more of a mentor to the guy that wants to make it, right? And there's not a whole lot of that, I think, in the Miami music scene.
Yeah. It's tough to find. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough to find. And for whatever reason, people are hesitant to pass on that knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's been your
Everybody's
experience
more-
of that, like in the music scene?
Everybody's more threatened, when you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When you have somebody young and, you know what I'm saying, coming up, so people aren't willing to embrace the youth, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I've always thrived with the youth around me. Like, I've always liked to have the young, you know what I'm saying, the young
Definitely.
energy around me, because to me, it feels like it keeps me young. It keeps me up to date with everything that the young kids are talking about, and it keeps me, you know what I'm saying, keeps my energy up too, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, to me, it's always an honor to be around the young guys. There's a lot of young kids right now that are cooking, including my son and, all his buddies as well, But there's a ton of young guys right now that are coming up in the scene that I love, and I respect their grind. I see what they're doing, and I really, really wholeheartedly respect what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? It's different than when we were coming up and we didn't have direction. These young guys are coming up with a little bit of direction now, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And you have Google and you have the internet, so it's different. You can just go, you don't have to go to the library and read a book and,
You know what I think is crazy? More than ever, it's so easy to be discovered nowadays with YouTube and Spotify and Apple and all these different outlets to where an independent artist really has a shot nowadays. You know what I mean? It's not like 20, 30, 40 years ago where, an artist basically had to find a record mogul and figure out where he was going to be at and bust a freestyle. You know what I mean?
It's like a needle in the haystack type thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like my lawyer always says, it's like the playing field is leveled now.
It's
so,
level.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's almost like you fuck around, my bad. You mess around,
No, you're good.
you DM somebody, and you know what I mean? They can
It's
hit you
Montana
up.
method.
Oh, yeah. So you might get a couple bad words here and there, man. Yeah.
So when was it that you let's go to the inception. So when was it that you originally got involved
Coño,
in
a
the
long time
industry?
ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's when I got involved with what? With music? or
With
hip-hop?
music?
Music was as far back as I can remember, it was like a thing in my family. It was like a thing every, you know what I mean? Like I remember my mom and dad playing music. My mom on the Saturdays when she cleaned the house, she'd take over, and it was all Rocío Dúrcal and Julio Iglesias and her thing, you know what I'm saying? And then my dad on Sundays, when he had a day off, and it was all the Afro-Cuban stuff and the, you know what I mean? The Guaguancó shit, and you know what I mean? Like all that stuff. So it was like early, but I remember being a little kid just coming on Saturdays, like waking up, like I'm trying to watch the cartoons and they're, you know, playing their stuff. They're in their vibe, you know what I mean? But music was always very, like a big influence in my life, you know what I'm saying? So from that point on, by the time like I was 11 or 12, my older brother, who passed away in 85, but he and I were real close up to that point, and he was the one that was telling me, Coño, you should start DJing, you know, and at that point, you know, this era, this is like the end of the disco era. This is like when freestyle was starting. It's like the 80s, the early 80s. So I was like, yeah, I want to be a DJ, you know? That was the new wave. It wasn't about having a band anymore. It was about being the DJ. And then the DJs were the cool guy, you know? The DJs were the guys rocking the party and everybody. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I want to do it. So he goes, I'm going to get you the turntables from the, you know, the ones that DJs use in the club, the 1200s. And I was like, yeah. So I had that whole thing in my mind, and I was like, wow. He would show me the catalogs with the 1200. Look, this is the one. And I was like, all right, cool. And September 5th of 1985, everything was scheduled for that Christmas of 85, right? He was planning to get me everything that Christmas. He goes, I got you this Christmas. He would always get me the dopest Christmas gifts. So I was looking forward to this Christmas. September 5th of 85, he dies.
Wow.
In a terrible car accident. So this is my older brothers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Superman to me. So I was devastated.
Right.
Yeah. So then my dad stepped in and he goes, mira, yo sé que tu hermano te había prometido que esto y lo otro. You know, I know your brother had promised you this, so I'm going to get it for you. But, you know, your mom's going through what she's going through right now, and she's grieving, so you can't play no music in the house. So I was like, man, but how am I going to, you know, you guys play music? You know, music was a big thing.
Right.
So he was like, well, I'm going to get you the headphones and stuff, so you got, you know, you could do your thing on the headphones. And I was like, all right. So, you know, that's how I worked it out for like a year or two. Like my mom was de luto. You know how, you know, Cubans are. You know, and my brother had passed away, so she was going through that, but the old man got me, not the 1200s that my brother was planning to get me, but he got me some Technique SLB ones, I think it was, and those were the ones that I started with. And from there, everything started, bro. 12 years old, I started DJing. I had a company, my dad and I incorporated, and I had a little DJ service. 12, 13, 14, 15, all those years I was DJing, mobile DJing, and then I started DJing for some banquet halls. I got contracts in place with certain banquet halls, and that was my life, man, all the way till about 18, 19, after I graduated high school, and then that's when I decided to, you know, get into the production aspect of everything, you know. But yeah, the music has always been like deep in my soul, man. It's hard to, you know, it's hard to even articulate it.
Yeah, I feel the same way when people ask me about my writing, and people ask me about podcasting. It's when something is right, you just feel it. You know, there's no way to put it into words. There's no way.
It's difficult to even articulate it, and because people ask you, but I don't know. And then people are like, oh, but damn, aren't you too old to be rapping and this and that? And it's like, I don't know. It just keeps coming to me. So what am I going to do? Not do it?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't record no more. And then I've seen my homies who are like, no, I don't want to record no more. And then they retire. And then they're always like, yeah. And it's like, I don't want to go through that, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like living my life and doing what I want to do. And what I feel like doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's, for me, right, living life in accordance with what you feel in your soul is the way to go.
Absolutely.
That's why I say, if you're not chasing a dream, life is meaningless, man. Because that's the purpose of life.
I love that.
It's not about the result. It's about who you become in the process of chasing that dream.
Right.
Because when you have that dream, why is it so far-fetched and such a big, obscure, abstract thing? Because you're not capable of doing that.
Right.
It's about taking that journey and taking on the task and transforming yourself into the person that's capable of doing that. You know what I mean? And artists especially, just like any other creative process, you start off with this dream and you suck and you know you're not any good, just like in anything else. And then you go through this process of you love it so much that you do it and you do it and you do it and you do it and then 10 years later, you're the sickest DJ in the city, or you have a dope record that pops off. Or I love the story of the artists that go through that transformative journey in their career, because it's so reflective of what I believe in as a person.
Absolutely.
You know?
That journey, that's where it's at. It's all in the journey. It's not in the destination.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean? It's not in the arrival. It's that journey that counts. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
man. Today I was watching, I had meant to watch this sooner, but I had sat down and started watching the Ice Cube episode of Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, wow.
And Ice Cube has some great stories of
Yeah.
NWA.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but yeah. But Cube
Yeah,
I love Cube.
So Cube is talking about these historic moments that changed music forever,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like this broke kid from Compton, things came together in a weird way where he was just doing what he liked, and then it turned into this huge thing where they had a multi-platinum record without a hit single. It was crazy, and you see it in his face how he's so happy to talk about these moments
He
because
lights up.
it's the journey, brother.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, because, like, we were just discussing it. I don't know if you saw the Drink Champs episode with EFN and Tony Yayo going back and forth
Yeah, I saw part of it, not the whole thing, but I saw.
Yeah, about Ice Cube and Biggie. And they were discussing, and you know, Tony Yayo asked him, "Who's your favorite rapper?" He says, "Ice Cube." EFN says, "Ice Cube." Tony Yayo goes, "Oh, you're bugging. You're crazy. Biggie's my favorite. How are you going to put Cube against Biggie?" He goes, "You could put Cube against Biggie.
You could.
Cube is a legend. Cube is iconic in the 80s, in the 90s, and the 2000s, and you know, and he does movies, and you know, Biggie gave us maybe 3-4 years of his life,
Right.
and he was great. Not to take nothing away from Biggie, I love Big, you know, he's one of the GOATs to me.
For sure.
But it's like you can't compare Cube and Biggie. Like the body of work is just it's ridiculous.
And
you know
from
what I
a
mean?
standpoint of influence, from how long he
Come
was.
on.
Yeah.
Everybody, like my era, I know you're a little younger than me, but my era, everybody was rocking the Raider caps and all black because of
NWA.
Cube.
Yeah,
You
bro.
feel me? You know what I mean? Like Biggie was dope, but you know, I don't know too many chicos in Hialeah rocking Coochie sweaters. And I was a fat boy. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Well, we wasn't on that like that. I mean, you know, you had one or two in the stash, but not really.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Definitely.
not like I gotta go with my Coochie sweater all the time. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Biggie was iconic and very dope. Pero, coño.
And just to be that and to affect, like, to be so influential in so many, just because at the end of the day, Ice Cube is the culture. Like,
Coño.
he was NWA, then he was Ice Cube, the solo artist. Then he comes out with Boys in the Hood and Friday and all these hit movies that changed.
People
like,
undermine his presence and his influence because the solo artist, his first album, he went and produced it with the Bomb Squad,
Right.
which was Public Enemy's production team. Like, that's legendary in hip hop. A West Coast guy going to the East Coast to get a whole album done by these guys, and you know what I mean? What he was saying on those albums, you know, like,
Yeah, man.
it's very, very, you know.
No, and then he left NWA, and they all did a diss track, and he dissed every single one of them by
That No
himself.
Vaseline. He came
Bro.
back with No Vaseline, and he, God damn, I'm glad y'all set it off. Ooh.
Bro. Yeah, just that, and that's what I want to be in my arena.
Yeah.
Like what Ice Cube has done and people like him have done in that magnitude, that's what I aspire to do.
He goes,
you know?
He goes, I started off with too much cargo. I dropped them niggas. Now I'm making all the dough. Bro, I love Cube. Come on, bro. The kid's a legend,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
And then he turned around with Friday and we're like, I think it was like 50 racks. He makes this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
to this day, it's still an iconic
classic movie.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't undermine that guy's influence in
No way.
the culture, in the business, in entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Now he's got the big three. I don't know if you know about the big three.
Yeah,
His
phenomenal.
basketball league. Phenomenal thing going
bro.
on. I love it. Now
Yeah.
you're giving these guys that are still good players a shot to get a little bit more money and make a little bit of, you know, and coño.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
like, it's beautiful to
And
me.
it's a summer league. It doesn't even compete with
It's
the NBA.
beautiful. It's
Like,
not even competing with him, but it gives you something to do. And then he's bringing out all the legends, The Rock too, and it's like, bro, it's dope.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? It's dope. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, innovators. You know what I mean?
Man, yes.
Like,
Cube is definitely an innovator. Bro.
innovation, bringing fresh ideas and fresh perspective to something that is getting a little stale.
Absolutely.
I love that person who is willing to be different and say, I see this in a different way. Let me give it a shot. You know what I mean? And he took basketball, he turned it into the big three.
Absolutely.
He turned movies, and he was like, you know what? Boys in the Hood and all this stuff, they're good movies, but they're really dark, and it's like the dark side.
Yep.
Let me bring in Friday, which is more of, because people in the hood laugh their asses off.
About the comedy.
Yes.
You know how hard it is to write comedy, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Like, you know, you would never expect Straight Outta Compton, Crazy, you know.
To make a
To-
comedy,
comedy.
like, and like one of the best comedies of all
That's
time.
when I said,
you know?
yo, this guy's a genius.
Yes.
When he did that and he
sure.
wrote that script, I said, yo, Cube is by far. Because his hip hop was already like he said it.
Legendary,
Who Kid
yeah.
asked him, yo, they were saying something about you and Biggie. And he goes, come on, are we just talking about rap here? Because
Yeah,
I'm a hell
yeah.
of a storyteller, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because, you know, to me, his hip-hop was already on another level.
Of course.
His output in hip-hop. But when he started doing the movies, it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And the acting in Boys in the Hood was okay, but I wasn't, like, blown away by
Right.
it. You know what I mean? But when he did Friday, I was like, wow, se la comió.
Yep.
He ate it with that one, boy. He killed it. And I knew it was going to be a hit. I knew it. I said, this movie's going to be a major for years to come. Decades to come, they'll be talking about this movie. And here we are.
Yeah,
talking
man.
about it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that's what I aspire to do, bro. Like to be influential on that level.
Facts.
Money and all that stuff that comes that's a result. That's a side effect of being that kind of guy.
No, you can't do things for money, my bro.
No.
That's the misconception. Kids think, oh, I'm gonna do this and get paid. I'm gonna get a bag, or whatever, a check, a bag. It's not about that, brother. It's about the passion and what you put behind it. That's what's gonna drive it.
For sure.
And what you were saying is you yearn to do that, to be inspiring. Well, you've inspired me.
Thank you, bro.
I really said I wasn't gonna do this until I published my book. I said I'm not doing no more interviews until I, you know what I'm saying? Like I become a published author like my bro. You know what I'm saying? But you hit me up and I couldn't say no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine. And I know now that a bunch of people are gonna see this, they're gonna hit me up and they're gonna be, oh, what's up? Because everybody's been hitting me up for the interviews, man. But I haven't been, you know.
Yeah.
I said, man, until I do that, that's my next. I wanna make that happen.
Definitely. I can tell you, as someone who wrote a book, it's a crazy. You're leaving. A part of you becomes immortal. It becomes eternal. That book is gonna be here when my great grandkids are alive. When my great grandkids are alive, that's gonna be here forever.
Well, it's kind of the way I look at music.
Yeah, exactly.
The same way I look at every verse I do or everything that I create. You know, even the videos now.
Exactly.
When you're working on, it's like that's how I feel.
Exactly.
This is a part of me. I'm leaving here.
Yep.
This is gonna stay here. And then, like I tell my kids all the time, everything you do on the internet lives there, and it'll live there forever.
Forever.
You don't know, 100 years, 200 years down the line, people still have these databases. You know what I mean?
100%.
So it's like always, you know, always be conscious of that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Leaving that part of you behind is so important. It's kind of like having kids and starting a family.
Absolutely.
Creating, being a creator, whether it's writing a book, writing a comic book like I'm trying to do, a TV series, or making music like you do, whatever it is, the creative process is so important to the human.
To the human experience. That's what it is.
Man, like...
Without that, what would we be?
Nothing, bro.
Right.
There's something about creating something that other humans enjoy.
Right.
That just, it's what the juice of life is.
Absolutely.
You know? It's the meaning, at least for me, creating something where someone reads my book and they're like...
Powerful.
Nelson, what you said about chess grandmasters in that one chapter, being 15 moves, like...
No, the whole book is incredible.
Thank you, brother.
But yeah, but it's just like, you know, I mean, I always, when I think of books, not no disrespect, I love your book, but I always say the Bible.
Yeah, of course.
The scriptures.
Yeah.
You go to that for everything. It's like, you know what I mean? If you're a believer. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the most sold, what is it? Replicated book in the history.
The most sold, even to this day.
And even more sold to this day. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's the biggest.
Right.
If you're talking about money or a bag, that's the biggest thing you can do right there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's like, you know what I mean? That creative process is incredible.
There's nothing. Again, we go back full circle, right? It's hard to put into words because what happens because now we're in the era of like AI and all this stuff, right? Which people, I think, I'll get into that a little bit, not to get sidetracked, but people have a misconception. I think AI can help you in the creative process, but I'll get back to that. Anyway, the creative process itself, what it does within the human, and I'm a firm believer that these things that come to us, the song we write, the book we write, the movie we make, you know, the business we create, these are things that we channel. Like, these are things that come to us. We don't create them.
Absolutely.
These are things
I always say the same thing.
You know what I mean?
It's creative. It's inspiration, divine inspiration.
Definitely.
I always say.
100% for sure. Yeah. You know,
so when people say, "Oh, the Bible's the man inspired by God," I feel that. Yeah,
for sure.
That's exactly what it is.
Definitely.
No doubt about it.
100%. You know what I mean? And being able to interpret that comes to you, that vision, that message, that passage, or whatever it is, that image of what you see, and being able to create it with your hands and your mind and put it out into the world and for other people to see it, it's it transforms you in a way that I can't even. It's hard to wrap your head around.
Right.
You know.
And it's a very, it's weird. It's hard to, like you said, it's hard to articulate, but it's a very gratifying process.
Definitely.
It's a very rewarding process just to do it.
Yep.
Because people say, oh, but you never won a Grammy, or you never gone platinum, or you never win gold. That's irrelevant to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
you know, the success that I've felt just releasing things or just putting things down, just recording something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just finishing a mix. The other day, my partner and I were in the studio and we're working on something, and he tells me, yo, lower this snare and this and that. And just that vibe alone, just those little 30 minutes that you get to work on something, it just feels, you feel me? It feels like, and now it feels like we're getting to another level. Because it's like me and him had never worked on a record before. You know what I mean? But just doing that, it gets you like, it makes the bond even stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, shouts to my partner. the one and only Hurricane Joe, man.
Dope.
Yeah. Shouts to Fuego in the Booth series. All the things that we've got going on, man. He's a legend, and I got him by my side now, and I feel unstoppable now.
That's fantastic.
I feel invincible now. You know what I'm saying? I've never had, you know, anybody in my corner that believes in me that way or that supports me that way. You know what I'm saying? He's the first one to the set. He's the last one to leave. You know what I mean? You feel me? Shouts to the big bro, Danny Boy, as well. Because he's always holding me down as well. And Danny's like always there. He's the guy. Those are the guys that really hold everything down for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw, I was a little late and whatever. Guess who was here before me? You know what I'm saying? So that's the, you know what I mean? That's the front line.
No one succeeds by themselves. They always have a great team around them.
Absolutely. And
Success does not happen alone.
Very key to everything that we're working on right now.
You got to have people around you that not only want to see you win.
Absolutely.
But that want to win themselves, right? Because they have to have their own vision for themselves. And if you could find a way to fuse the visions together to where you're both winning at the same time in what you want to do.
That's when it becomes unstoppable.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic, man.
Yeah.
I'm blessed because I've found now things are coming together in my life to where I have the podcast, and then I'm writing the second book, and then I'm writing the comic book, and I'm involved in several things to where I can put things together and find other avenues within what I do to bring people's success together and find people who want to succeed at what they want to do and bring it together to where we can work and benefit from each other.
I love it.
You know what I mean? So
you seem to be in your zone.
Brother.
I see you.
My life, I could feel it in my bones. My life is about to take on such a rich season. Like, I feel like a farmer that's been working really hard all year, and the springtime passed, and he worked his ass off all summer protecting his crop. Beautiful. And he's sitting back, and the fall is about to come, y el cosecho ese va a salir de la tierra. You know what I mean? The seed is about to sprout from
your mouth to God's ears, brother.
And bro,
that's the way. Ache,
woof, I'm telling you, man, I feel it in my bones. I've never been so certain of something in my life.
Facts.
I can't
that's
even.
How it is too. That when it comes, it's like that.
And tell me, you're a person that knows what I'm talking about.
That's how it is.
You've experienced this.
I feel the same way right now. I just don't want to, hype it up too much. I don't want to, I don't want to ruin.
No,
I don't want to rain on your parade, but yeah,
not at all.
It's the same feeling, bro, and it's very beautiful.
Definitely.
It's a great place to be in.
Oof.
And like you said, it's the journey. So right now, I've learned to just sit back and enjoy. Before I would be, when I was younger, I'd be oh shit, I'm on this ride. But right now, it's like, okay, now I got a little bit more maturity and a little bit more, wisdom, so I can sit back and just enjoy it now.
Wisdom is key. You can't teach it. You have to learn it.
Yes, bro.
Like, you have to experience it.
That's the toughest part of it all.
Oh, yeah.
Some
things you can't teach.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. That's where I love mentorship was such a key thing in my life. Yeah. If it wasn't for mentors that were ahead of the game in business and in different things I did and sat me aside and were like, yo, look, listen, like, I did this and this happened to me. This doesn't have to happen to you.
Right.
Listen to me. And because I was lucky enough to be around those people, my life took a totally different turn,
And it's beautiful that you take heed to your mentors, because a lot of the younger people nowadays take that for granted.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't take heed and they don't care, and they're like, whatever. Oh, whatever, old G. All right, whatever. You feel me? But it goes in one ear and comes out the other, and then, bam, they get locked up, and then you're getting the call, yo, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and it's sad. It's like, bro, that didn't need to happen,
It's what it is, man. But you're right. You're absolutely right. And it's a beautiful thing that you take heed, because that's the key, brother. That's the key to success right there.
Very important. Yeah. And especially in the city of Miami, right, where I grew up in the 90s. So it was cool to be a thug and a gangster and that kind of stuff.
Of course.
And I was a guy that never really, I grew up in Carroll City, right? So I had friends, and I respected what they did, but I just never wanted to be a part of that. You know, I never found it attractive, which actually is perfect segue because this is something I wanted to discuss with you. I'm not with this modern hip hop, bro. I'm really not. Like, this thing about people rapping about people they killed and shooting each, I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. We have so many great examples within hip hop that can rap about things that are positive, or at least rap about things that are authentic to them. You know what I mean? A great example. You know who I'm a huge fan of, bro? Joyner Lucas. Like, you want to talk about a beast and someone who brings concepts together that are really original and everybody can relate to?
No, Joyner's incredible.
Joyner's
incredible.
Kanye West's old stuff, like his oh man, like when he came out with All Falls Down.
No, Kanye's still a genius.
No, he's still a genius.
People take away from him now because of what he said.
No, I mean,
Kanye's still a genius.
He's musically, because even like Life of Pablo and his more modern albums were dope. Yeah. I'm just saying the stuff that connected with me, you know, like these are people that made music and it was like, wow. Right. They weren't talking about, yo, you know, last week and then they're stupid enough to really A, do these things, and then B, rap about it. Like, bro, come on, man, you know? It
goes along, again, my partner's always saying this, drama sells.
True.
You know, before it used to be sex sells, now it's like drama sells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, sex always sells.
It always
will. Drama is what these kids have learned, you know, that, okay, this is what I could do, and I could get a million views. Oh, okay, that's perfect. And now a lot of people have caught on to that. Oh, shit, that's what this guy did and got on. Oh, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to diss this guy. I'm going to diss that guy. I'm going to talk about this.
Exactly.
So it's just crazy. Everybody's just going crazy right now saying whatever. And it's like, remember, what you say here is going to be posted and it's going to be broadcasted to the world.
Exactly.
And now, whoever you said whatever about might have a problem with that, might have an issue with that, and they might see you somewhere and say, hey, hold on. Didn't you say that about me?
Yeah, and then it gets to the point where people die. You know, you have rappers that are just doing so well in their music career and then they get killed. It's like, there's no reason for that. We don't need that. You guys have so much potential to influence positive things.
It's a very sad thing because all these kids are so young and it's like they got their whole lives ahead of them. You know, Pop Smoke, El Otro, Young Dolph. It's like all these kids that is just Nipsey. There's just so many powerful and so many like empires in the making, so many kings in the making that I've seen get, destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
For no reason.
For no reason, brother. Just out of sheer ignorance. You know what I mean?
And then it's not even exclusive to the American hip-hop scene. If you go to Puerto Rico,
it's the same thing.
It's crazy. You know, they had just had Antifeca died, and then, you know, it's I feel like every week I hear...
Puerto Rico's always been crazy, but now it's getting really
Now
crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah. It's getting really wild.
Yeah. I can tell you because when I was incarcerated, I was around a lot of Puerto Ricans. Yep. And shout out to Los Juricos. I love you guys. But I just couldn't relate to what they thought was cool or the way because Puerto Rico is just another...
It's something else, man. It's something else.
Yeah. You know? It's and I just hope I pray for their souls, man. I really do, because it's such a beautiful Puerto Rico itself is such a beautiful country, and the people of Puerto Rico are such genuine people. No, They'll give you the shirt off their back. You know what I mean? They're good people. It's just
it's really sad and really unfortunate what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I always say, man, like I feel like with this whole woke thing that's going on, it's like there's got to be a turn. There's got to be a turn of the tide. You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be a change because the girls are talking reckless and talking all this crazy stuff, and then the kids, you know, the boys are saying whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, hay un relajo formado de madre, and it's like, damn, bro, where are we gonna go with all this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's got to be a point where, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be some middle ground. There's got to be some, you know. Right. I look at artists like J. Cole, and J. Cole's doing
phenomenal artists.
Yes, bro. dope stuff. Artist. You know what I'm saying? Belly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know about Belly. He's an incredible songwriter, Belly's incredible great. MC as well. Like those are, you know, and I look at those guys and I'm like, well, no, there's still hope. There's still some good material being put out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you because I hear those songs like Joyner just did. I'm forgetting the name of that song. This last song where he did like a whole concept in a music video. I forgot.
He always does the same thing.
Where he has the music video with the guy from Power, with the bad guy from Power.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes. That guy's a dope artist as well. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
The brother, right? The brother. You my brother. Right? I forgot what the song is called, but yes.
Yeah, bro.
But that's the concept. Tremendo.
My bro, I think it's called the song.
My bro. Like that, yeah.
Dude, what a concept, because you can relate.
Yeah.
If you've ever had a little bit of success, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yep. Yeah, no, of
you
course.
know, the concept of people who you consider friends, who all of a sudden you get a little success, and then the attitude changes completely. It's like you owe them. And it's like...
And that's too prevalent. Too prevalent right now. Man. And then we never catch it, because it's like I know, I feel like you're just like me, and we're good-hearted, and you might get in that situation, and you're happy to be there, and you're happy to pop champagne with your dogs, and you don't realize the guy in the corner is looking at you sideways.
That should have been me, you know?
And you're like, wow, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me? Because I love to see my boys win. You know what I'm saying? When Pitt got on, I was like, coño, what are they? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I love to see that. When Ross got on, I love to see that.
Yeah.
We came up from the mud. I see those boys come up. I love it. Flow Rider, those are my brothers. Bro. And we came up from when we was nothing to the level where they're at. And then you see that, and it's like, coño, every time I see them, I get a smile on my face. And I can't understand a hater. I can't understand where that would come from.
Me personally, I think it's a mix of a lot of things. One, it's that they don't really have the courage to go after what they want in life.
Right.
You know? So when they see you go after what you want, and not only go after what you want, succeed against all odds. Like you said, forget what other people are telling me. I'm going to go after this. And if I fail, I fail. But I'm going to try to do this. And then when you succeed, it's like, look at this guy. You know what I mean?
Who does he think he is?
Exactly. Like they think you're better. They think that you have this mentality like, oh, he thinks he's better than us. No, brother. I'm not better than nobody. I just had the courage to go after what I wanted in my life, and you didn't. You know what I mean?
The problem with that, another thing that I've noticed is that comes along, because being able to do that and succeed comes with a certain discipline.
Oh, yeah.
And a certain mind state.
Oh, yeah.
And then that guy in that position doesn't have that, and will never understand that. So that's why they sit there and they look at you like,
yeah, bro.
What does he have that I don't? Right?
Hard work.
And then it all comes back down to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Who was that? That's the cool guy. I call him the cool guy. That's, you know? The devil. He was looking at God, and he was like, what does he have that we don't? And he got a third of the angels against him, and he said, let's go. You feel me? And they revolted against him. That's how far it can go, that hatred, y la maldad esa, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm a person that I've experienced that hate, and it's crazy because I just don't feel that way about other people.
And what's crazy is that no matter how much hate you throw at me, it bounces. You can never affect
bulletproof vest, bro. Straight up.
It'll never affect me.
Your haters are your elevators, bro.
No, my brother Banks always used to say, haters make us greater.
Hey.
That's my brother Philip Banks. I love you, bro. Yeah.
Haters are your elevators, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? So we're talking about haters, right? The reason algorithms and videos go viral is because of all the people hating in the comments.
Imagine.
It's
the comments hating. It's not the comments showing love.
Exactly.
That matter.
Yes.
I always say that. I always said that. Don't worry, as long as they're hating, they're saying something. That
bro,
shit going
I love
up.
my haters because you're the ones that are blowing me up. Facts. I have a video right now on YouTube that has 70,000 views.
That's great.
And it's because of all these guys who are wasting their time just hating. Yo.
The more you hate, the better.
Hey.
That's it.
The more you hate, the more I appreciate.
No problem. Bro, I've gone as far as saying, bro, I want to throw a party just for all the haters.
Straight up. And
if you wrote a negative comment, come on through. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have free food for everybody because I know y'all suckers like the free shit. So we're going to have free food for everybody all night. You know what I'm saying?
Hater appreciation
free drinks,
day.
a free open bar, all the cheapest liquor so y'all can be hung over the next morning. All that, bro. Yeah, because that's what they want.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
What the haters want. And nobody works. Nobody works. You call people on, hey, you want to do? No, bro. It's my day off. All right, cool. Imagine, my brother, if you're not working for your goals on your day off, who is?
Nobody, bro.
Who is? Because you're working the rest of the 40 or 50 hours a week for whatever company you work for that gives you the check, right?
Yep.
So if you're not working on your days off and on your time off, what are you doing?
Bro, the other day I had the craziest. I've lost a lot of weight recently, right?
And it's a blessing, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
Tell me about it. I'm on the same path. I'm trying to.
There's this lady that comes visit and visits because her name is Jenny. She just had gastric bypass. She lost a lot of weight, but now she needs to start exercising. Mm-hmm. And I told her, listen, you see me exercising every day. Just join me. Just do it with me. She's like, oh my God. I don't know. And I told her, you know what I know? You give 8 hours of your day to somebody else. You're not willing to give yourself half an hour a day.
No. That's how it is. And that's very sad. It's very sad when you look at it. It's like, coño.
It's such a shame.
Think about it.
Because people see it as, oh my God, I have to go through all this fuss. And no, brother, you have to go through that for you, not for nobody else.
What does everybody say? I hate my boss. I hate my boss.
But you show up every day.
You show up every day on time.
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong?
All the people that say money isn't everything are the people that wake up at 6 a.m. to go get it. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm telling you.
Very true, my brother. It's very true. All these things are very true.
Everybody that says money isn't everything works like a dog to make money. So if money's not everything, how come you work for somebody else for 40, 50 hours a week? The reason I'm chasing my dreams and my goals is because I don't want money to be everything.
Absolutely.
I'm chasing something bigger than money. I'm chasing a purpose. I'm chasing a dream. I'm chasing something that's going to be here after me.
Absolutely.
I don't want to crumble into dust and just, I worked for 40 years and I paid bills. People are meant for so much more than that.
Facts. Yeah.
So much more.
Te la comiste. Absolutely. Our purpose is way bigger
than paying bills for 40 years and...
Or working 40 hours a week to build somebody else's empire. You know what I'm saying?
And don't get me wrong, there's employees out there that do great things. But how fulfilling can that really be? You know what I mean? How fulfilling can
for sure.
Showing up to, like, we play this facade, right, of I'm going to show up and pretend I'm working, so that way it looks like I'm doing my job and I'm going to do as little as possible. That way I don't do any work, and then I'm going to go home as soon as it's 5 o'clock.
Whatever you got to do.
So
stretch that clock.
No.
Get that check.
What's crazy when that person gets home? They tell their wife, they tell their kids, oh, wait, no, hold on, don't bother me, bro. I'm tired from work. Tired from what? You haven't done nothing all day, bro.
All you've been doing is ducking and dodging work all day. Just stretching that clock out.
And then you go
sad,
full
man.
circle.
It's sad.
You call your boy, oh, yeah, let's work on that. Is your day off? Oh, I'm tired, bro. I'm going to take the day off. From what? From what?
Nobody works.
You got to earn a day off, my brother. Yep. A day off from what? No, man. This culture, this lazy culture that we live in nowadays.
It's terrible, man.
It's horrible. But I'm not with
control era. It's the remote control era.
The remote control, AI, social media, instant, everything right now.
AI, I wanted to bring that up real quick because you said something about AI. And I was thinking, AI is crazy, right? Just the concept of it is crazy.
Right.
People from our era, we look at AI and we're like, coño.
We're going to lose jobs and
they're going to take over everything. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But I look at it like, what about if it helps us?
It can help us in a big way, bro.
It helps a lot, right?
Yeah.
But then I thought about like even, like there's, I don't know if you know about, you know Beanie Siegel, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know DOC?
Yeah.
Remember the DOC?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what happened to those guys?
No.
They lost their voice.
Oh, no, yeah. DOC had the car accident where he lost it. Yeah.
Early, like right after the first album.
Which was
incredible
dope.
MC Tremendo album. That album to me is one of the greatest albums of all time.
Classic.
Yeah. You see? That's why I fucks with you. You know what time it is.
And then the amount of writing that he did for Dr. Dre for the rest of his career.
Snoop, everybody.
Yeah, DOC was special.
But he still is. He's a beast. He still is. But I hit him up and I told him, yo, bro, why don't you get the AI to do your voice? And then I seen Beanie Siegel post something today saying the same thing. Yo, I'm going to get the AI and I'm going to do, because, you know, Beanie lost his voice too. And I was thinking, wow, that's what I was telling DOC.
Write it out. Tell the AI, yo, use my voice.
That's it. Imagine.
Because you know what I've already heard?
That DOC guy, his voice was incredible. Bro. One of the greatest voices in hip hop, bro. Pobrecito, bro. It's incredible to me.
Let me in here, bro. Oh my God.
1, and then comes the 2 to the 3 and 4, and another be bro, and crazy. It's getting funky. It's getting funky. Bro. It's the diggy dog, y'all. Oh yeah, really. That guy was incredible.
And the energy he brought on a record was
that
nuts.
album was incredible. The whole thing. The guy is an MC, is a songwriter, everything. He was incredible. The portrait of a masterpiece. Bro. The whole album was incredible, back to front. That's one of those albums you could listen to back to front.
You don't have to play
Produced by Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
Ese tipo build it, bro.
Yeah, man.
If that could happen, bro, I wrote him because, you know, he follows me on IG. I hit him up. Yo, bro, if you could do this, it'd be a blessing, King.
And I think, you know how many people would cop that album?
That'd be crazy.
That would be insane.
Just imagine DOC with his voice back and drops a new album with him writing all this. Bro.
You won't be able to perform it, but at least you'll be able to do the music video and drop an album.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy, bro.
Bro, I would be so happy with that.
That'd
be good enough for me. I don't care about no tours or no performance. Just an album with
I've already heard, like, modern songs that have done remixes with AI Tupac and AI Biggie already. I've already heard that. I heard, like, I think it was This Is How We Do, Tupac version. Yeah. Pero bueno. And I was like, bro, it sounds just like them. So, yeah, those concepts like that.
Very close, but I think if these guys were to do it with...
And tweak it the right way.
Yes.
It would come out right.
I think it would work.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Because Beanie had a dope voice too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know?
Pobrecito, again, he's another one. He's all, he talks like this.
Beanie,
Pobrecito.
my favorite, you know what my favorite Beanie song is?
Which one?
Man's World.
Oh, coño.
Bro.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, bro.
Now, Beanie was always dope. All his albums, he's another one. His albums were all dope. Beginning to end. The Reason, The Truth, whatever. Yeah, all those albums were incredible, though.
Crazy. So AI, I think it's here to help us, at least for now. Right. Because there's so many things that we don't like doing that it can do automatically.
Right.
Like the other day, I didn't know. Okay, here's a great example. I needed to know about, like, I'm not a fan of, like, connecting systems and, like, computers and that stuff. Right. So I was like, how do I find a way to connect all my platforms and then make it right? I went into AI. I was like, yo, ChatGPT, listen, I want to connect this platform to this platform and I want to make it say this. How do I do that? Wow. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and I was like, bro, this is going to change the game because it's the research that would have taken me weeks to come up with all that research.
I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tried doing shit like that.
Bro, let me show you some stuff after the podcast. Yeah. It's going to save you so much time. You edit videos, right?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, the things that these things can do, it saves you. People are looking at it.
My partner's always sending me different things like, yo, AI this, AI that.
Because it saves you the time, brother. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important.
That's what matters the most. That's the most valuable asset we have is the time. People don't get that.
People are losing sight of the most important thing. They're trying to say, oh, no, because I'm going to lose my job. No. You're not going to lose your job. This is going to give you your time back so you could spend time doing what you love doing, making music, producing beats, writing books, writing comic books, speaking in front of people. So this is here to change the game, brother. And let me tell you, if people who aren't on the bus are going to get left behind.
I agree.
This reminds me of Y2K and the 2000s of people with the internet who were scared to put their credit card on the internet.
All that.
This is like a game-changing thing, you know?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Have you messed around with it a little bit?
Yeah, I have. I've messed around with it, like, creative things like covers and things like that, and just, even like writing, just to see what it, but it's not really, I don't know. I haven't found anything that I'm like, wow, blown away by yet. Bro. But what you just told me right now about hooking up that system, I was like, wow, that sounds crazy.
That's nothing. Have you ever, all right, I'm going to give you another one. Have you ever had an image in your head that you couldn't, like you try to describe it to people and people are just like, I kind of see it, but you're the only one that sees it in your head. There's an AI, bro.
Right.
That you're telling it, okay, imagine Scarface never died and he's sitting in the mansion in front of a bunch of dead bodies and he killed all his enemies and he survived. And there's going to be a part 2. Brother, I have the image of that in my phone.
That's crazy. It'll come up with it.
I'm going to show it to you
on the spot.
It takes 90 seconds.
So you just type it into the search box and it'll give you that.
And you see it.
That's crazy.
It starts fuzzy and then it starts like coming out of the fog. And then 90 seconds, boom. You're just like...
Because it's putting it together. It's putting everything together.
Everything you said, it's scouring the internet.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Bro.
Yo me erizo because I'm like, how, bro? How, bro?
Because...
How did it,
the machine...
Scarface, they had all that in there?
Because the machine has access to the internet that has all the information ever created.
Yeah.
So what you and I would take hours and maybe months or years to come up with, it can scour the internet and put all the ideas together and boop, here you go.
Right.
Bro, game changer. Yeah. I'll take it a step further. The comic book, I only had like some light drawings that people had come up with, but they weren't exactly what I wanted. Bro, I was like, let me really test this because at least Scarface is like, that's a reference. I was like, all right. I'm thinking of a character that's kind of like Chango and looks like this actor and wears this color and has kind of like a biker thing going. Bro, boop, 90 seconds. I was like, crazy. Bro, from nothing.
Can you use this? Can you use the stuff it comes up with? Is it like
100%? As long as you're subscribed to the service and paying for it, 100% copyright.
You have to give them credit?
No. It's yours. You can copyright it and it's yours and you can license it.
Those are all the legalities that I've been curious about.
As long as you're for this service, for the one about that creates the images.
What is it, ChatGPT?
No, ChatGPT is the one I use to for information. Yeah. This one is called Midjourney.
So it's a totally different one.
Yeah, totally different one. And this one is really
I
just...
think Adobe has one too or something. I think it's called Firefly or something.
Yeah. It's similar to that one.
I haven't gotten on it yet.
As long as you pay for the service, whatever it gives you is yours to keep. You could go copyright it, license
I pay for the Adobe service every month. So
yeah.
Should be good.
I'm gonna show, bro. After I'll show you. It's the stuff it's come up with is crazy. So I really think we're in a new era.
Yeah.
And
no, we're absolutely in a new era.
This
whole thing after this whole pandemic thing has been world is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think people are starting to wake up, and that state of awareness is what's giving us access to these ideas. That like I said, you clear up all that fog, and now your brain is connected to the mind, because the mind is not the brain, right?
Right.
And you clear up that channel, and you're aware now, you're conscious, and these things can come to you.
Right.
And that's why we live in this era of like the amazing technology and things we're seeing, because now we're just in an era of consciousness, you know what I mean? An era of awareness.
But then at the same time, like this whole woke era makes it feel like we're at the most ignorant phase of our
life. But that's like, I can already feel that.
It feels like humanity's at the greatest and at the lowest point too. Like, but simultaneously.
I already feel that going away. Like, because it wasn't as intense as it was 2-3 years. No, 2-3 years ago, bro.
The woke talk?
Yeah, it's nowhere near as heavy as it used to be. Like, I was shadow banned for a while. Like, I can kind of post things that I speak freely now. Elon bought Twitter. That was huge.
Right,
you know?
that was huge.
That was big. So
what do you think about Threads?
I love it. It's dope. Super dope.
You think it's going to mess Elon's game up?
It's not going to mess him up, but it's going to keep him on his toes. It's going to be like, all right, look.
Definitely that.
Twitter is big and people love it, but at any moment, that's why I love capitalism, bro. Entrepreneurship, innovation. It goes back to what we said. We're innovators, like people who are willing to create and always get better. Yep. There's nothing better than that, bro.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts. So. No, I love it. I think what's going on is beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Like I said, I wish there would be a little bit of more of a consciousness with what, especially what the artists are putting out, you know what I mean? Right, creative output and then locally, I just wish the guys locally would just, focus a little bit more and just go harder. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Be more serious about their craft.
Definitely.
Stop taking it like a hobby. We can't be weekend warriors if we want to be successful.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Hobbies cost you money.
If you have to invest in yourself, no matter what.
If you treat something like a hobby, it's going to cost you money.
Absolutely.
But if you treat something like a commitment,
like a business,
and invest into it, and treat it like this is what I want to do. The definition of a commitment is doing something long after the mood you set it in has left you, right? So when you're committed to something and you're saying, I'm going to do this no matter what, that's when things happen for you. You know what I mean?
It's the only way you'll get fruits from your labor. It's the only way you'll get something back from it if you do that.
100%.
You got to commit to it, brother.
Commitment.
There's no way around that.
Commitment is so powerful. And going back to AI and that kind of stuff, and Gen Z and this and that, that is, I'll give you that. That's something that's lacking in today's era. Commitment. Like, everybody's scared of commitment. That's also why, like, hookup culture is a thing, and like there's so many things that go into non-committal.
Well, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I say it, because it's like I'm single now, so it's like it's crazy. You can't date. Like the women are just it's wild, right?
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm a bit younger than you, so I kind of, I'm single too. I feel you.
But younger, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the dating scene. I've deleted all the dating apps off my phone. I'm not.
No, I don't even mess with that. But what I'm saying is, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just the women in general. Like I notice, it's just wild.
Right. No, but let me tell you,
crazy.
Let me tell you. At least I don't know about your generation, but in my generation and younger, the men are on some bullshit sometimes too.
No,
like they're.
Listen to me. I don't disagree there. There's a lot of bullshit dudes, but what I'm saying is, that doesn't mean that we're all bullshit.
Yeah, no. Of course.
And then the women también have developed this mind state of like I need to be independent, I need to be empowered, and I need to, you know what I'm saying? And and I love that, because I love to see a woman on her grind.
Of course.
And there's nothing sexier than that. There's nothing more attractive than that. But at the same time, it's like it gets to their head a little bit, and then they start like dissing them. I don't need a man, and like don't forget,
men and women need each other.
You need each other.
Exactly.
You need 100%. Each other. If not, we'll never procreate, and we'll never have, like it'll end.
Exactly.
The human race will come to an end. So it's like those things are the things that I'm seeing that it's just something's wrong there. Something is off there.
Me personally, I think it stems from the fear of commitment. The fear of commitment
Facts.
is it affects so many. If you don't want to commit,
Facts.
you're not going to commit in a relationship. You're not going to commit to exercising. You're not going to commit to building a business. You're not going to commit to chasing a dream in
And
life.
it goes both ways. It goes both ways. The females and the males.
Facts.
Yeah.
110%, brother.
Yeah.
So when it stems from, no, you don't have to commit. Oh no, it's easy. Don't do difficult things.
Right.
That's all. Like, it makes you soft.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
absolutely. I agree. You know, and that's then you know, it's crazy because that just ruins everything.
It does.
It makes the men soft, and then the women don't like that, and then you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
You feel
And then
me?
women are forced to
Women
become
get
that.
too hard.
Yeah,
and, you know,
yeah,
and it's
exactly.
just- it becomes this imbalance in life.
Yep.
Man, that's why I tell the girls, look, it's cool that you're doing your thing in it, but you gotta always be able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Be
definitely.
a woman.
Definitely.
You can't, you know
100%.
what I'm saying? Because if not, it's like I don't want to be around that.
Yeah, for sure. The non-commitment also it makes both men and women weak
Facts.
when you don't commit, and not even in a relationship, in anything,
In anything you do, like you said,
Yeah.
in anything you do, in fitness and whatever, and
whatever you
your
want to do.
business and whatever it is, whatever you're dedicated to, even if it's your hobby, like you said,
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, hobbies cost you money, but when you're committed, that's when that's going to turn into something real.
That's when
You
it'll
commit
turn
to it
into
long
something.
term. You know, it's
Absolutely.
there's no other way. Commitment over time and dedication to something. You know, AI might help us and make it shorter, but it's still there's still that process of putting things together, and
yeah.
you know,
That's crazy. You just said that, and I just thought about it. So many people might be dependent on that
Yeah.
AI, right? Because I remember back when we were kids, it was like the calculators. The calculators were coming out, and everybody was like, "Oh!" And then the scientific calculators,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, "Hey, you guys can't." And I was like, I never really liked calculators. Or
becoming
anything.
dependent on technology is not a very good thing. I agree there.
Not
I
good
agree.
at all.
Yeah,
Not good at all.
like
But we became dependent on technology. As soon as this internet thing came out and the emails that came and everything, that's it. It became
life became too convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember when we first started in the music and we had to press the records and get the boxes of records and load them in a truck and drive up the road and go to Fort Lauderdale or go to, West Palm or go to, Fort Myers, you know what I'm saying? And touch the DJs
Oh.
and shake the DJ's hands, and pull up at the studio and give the DJ the drop and meet his artists and work and, and do something and then go to the club and then rock the show and then the next morning go and have breakfast and then leave back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole process and a whole... like
goes
a
back-
ritual to it.
it goes back to how we started.
Record a song, put it in the email,
Yeah.
send it out, hit click, ding,
It
send
goes.
it out.
It goes back to how we started the podcast about how easy it is to be discovered now. Back in the day,
Crazy.
the things you had to do.
Crazy.
I'm remembering I saw a podcast where Irv Gotti was talking about how he got his first record on the radio, and he had to keep going to Hot 96 and meet up with Funk Master Flex.
Which one was it? Did he say?
Yo,
No, he didn't
I
say.
can't remember the name of the artist that he produced the record for. I can't
Might have been Mike Geronimo. No?
Mike Geronimo.
yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Geronimo.
okay.
Yes.
I wanted to make sure he wasn't lying.
Yes. Mike Geronimo.
Yeah.
And he ran into Flex outside the radio. Said, "Yo, put this on for me." And then every day he would pass by and thank him and hand him another CD just to
Right,
make
yeah.
sure he
Just
had
to make
another one.
sure.
Thank you for
But
playing
that's
this.
how it was back then. You had to go and touch and feel. It wasn't just, hey, man, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy nowadays,
Yeah.
bro. And it's almost like you're being harassed.
Yes.
Hey.
No, and let me tell you, that's why your generation is tougher, because you had to get told no in your face. Now I send 10,000 emails and 9,999 tell me no. It hurts, but it's not like...
But it's not as a door getting shut in your face.
It's
Get the fuck
devastating.
out of here,
Yes.
kid.
It's devastating when someone tells you in your
Yeah.
face and like treats you like garbage,
Right.
Yeah. So
No, but
I'm-
you're a salesman, so being in sales will be a thing.
but-
you gotta develop that tough skin.
right, with me too, because technology wasn't as prevalent when I was coming up too.
Right.
So I'm with you on that.
Right.
It just makes you so strong as a person when you face adversity, when you willingly, I have to talk to 50 people today to make money. If I don't talk to 50 people,
You ain't getting nowhere.
and that process of getting 48 or 49 people to tell me to go fuck myself is like so important to your mental toughness.
Yeah.
Where there's no process like that anymore. That's goal.
It's almost part of your development. Right? That's part of your training, champ.
I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be who I am.
Yeah.
I would not be who I am.
Yeah,
that mental fortitude that I'm gonna go no matter what. I don't care. And then your goal becomes No, I have to fail. So the goal is the 48 no's, not the 2 yeses. You know what I mean?
Everybody thinks the lessons are L's. The losses are L's. No, they're
lessons, bro.
They're lessons.
Super important. And that is that's why I purposely put myself in difficult situations. I exercise. I try to eat right. I take 1 or 2 steps every day to further my business, further my podcast, further my second book. These are difficult things, and I purposely take on these things that are difficult. Going back to the dream, things that I find like the version of me that I am right now can't do this, so I have to become a bigger person to get that done. You know what I mean?
It's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I see it. I see the bigger person already. So
thank you, bro.
You're well on your way, my brother.
No,
I'd say you're there already. I'd venture to say you're there already.
The physical world just has to catch up to what's in here. You know what I mean?
You're a beast. Yes. That's why I fuck with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, listen. So, my brother, this has been great. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm here whenever you need me, my brother.
Yeah, definitely.
We're only a phone call away.
We're definitely going to link up in the future. This isn't the last time, for sure. So, I usually wrap up all the podcasts with 3 questions. The first question is, what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yep.
Man, I'd have to say my children, my little sister, you know what I'm saying? My love for my family and my bond with God, man, keeps me always motivated and inspired.
Awesome.
Keeps me, every day I wake up with that energy to, go forward because of that.
That's awesome.
And I always thank God in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, and I always thank Him throughout the day when I eat a meal or whatever. You know what I mean? And I just try to keep that relationship intact.
The chances of us being alive are like 1 in a trillion. So just being able to live a life.
Just for that, I'm thankful alone, yeah.
Your life alone is a miracle. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean? That just to be alive is enough to be thankful.
No, and the things I've been through and gone through in my life, like, life or death situations that I'm fortunate to still be here and have this moment with you. I thank God every day, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you, man. Definitely.
So that's definitely what inspires me every day.
For sure. So second question. What's next for you?
What's next?
Yeah.
Man, I can't really call it, but my intent right now is what we've got going on with the Fuego in the Booth series, Fuego Talk podcast. The podcast we did as well,
Fire.
The Homegrown Connection. I mean, there's a lot going on. Shouts to my partner Philip Banks as well. 305 Hip Hop is still in the works. The Home Team channel is still in the works. All of that is coming together, and it's all being worked on. And then THC as well, man. I got my group still. We're still doing music. We just got some new merch. And, I was supposed to pick it up and bring you something, and I just haven't had time, bro.
Next time, I
so
appreciate
I got you.
it.
Next time I got you, and I'll set some stuff.
Shout out to Coronel Caramalo.
Yes,
popping back in the day in Carroll City.
Yes.
Se me va, bro.
Yes, se me
va.
va.
What a sick record, dog.
Yes, no, he was incredible.
That's part of my childhood, bro.
De Coronel. That's my brother, man. Shouts to Caramalo, man. Shouts to Chief Eli. Shouts to J Rock. Shouts to DJ Mega Mix, man. And the Boss Lady Destiny as well, man. The whole crew, because that whole ensemble right there, that whole ensemble is what really, you know what I'm saying, helped me throughout the past 10, 15 years to get to where I'm at. And even the stuff I was doing with Ross, they were always supportive and they were always behind me. So it's just, I appreciate those people no matter what. And TSC's still rocking. We still all together. Caramalo's just in the West Coast right now.
Right.
Chief is doing his little film thing. But when we come back together full force. So,
For sure, man.
I got some merch now. And we got a ton of music. So we about to hit them with some stuff.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, TSC crew's still in the works.
I got some people to put you in contact with for the merch as far as like the email marketing and stuff. So I'll tell you about that later.
Great.
Last question, my brother, before we wrap up. How do you want to be remembered?
That's a tough one, man. I'd say that's up to the people, man. Because, I can't really, call it. You know what I mean? I just do what I do and, like, what God inspires me to do. And I just, like I said, I get up every morning and I go. And then when it's time to rest, we rest. And then we get up again the next day and we keep doing it. So it's whatever everybody remembers at the end of the day. That's what they're going to say, man. You can't change that. Yep. You can't, you can't write that one. That's the script you can't write. So let them say what they want.
They call it history because it's his story. Facts. You're writing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's nothing more beautiful. You know why people love movies and people love TV series and books? Because it's a story, bro. Word. Stories, and especially stories where people face mad adversity, where people had to go through these insane things, and in the end, they made it happen. The story of the underdog is the American story, bro.
Yeah.
It's who, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what we've been capturing all this footage for too. So just so you
Super
know,
fire.
my buddy Daniel, big bro,
Super
we've been
fire.
getting a little bit of behind the scenes for my story,
Dope.
for my documentary. You know what I'm saying? The TAC documentary.
Honored
It's
to be a
coming
part
real
of it,
soon.
man.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna be a part of it.
Thank you,
brother.
bro. Thank you, man.
And I appreciate you for having me here, man.
Of course.
This is what you got going on here is beautiful, bro.
Thank you, my
And
brother.
I don't want you to ever doubt yourself or question it. You're doing the right thing and you're on the right track. And I've got your back 100,000%. So don't ever doubt that. You feel me? You hit me
Appreciate
up whenever, and I'll come running.
Thanks, you. Appreciate
Right.
that, man. I have a small circle, and you're definitely in it, for sure.
Appreciate you, bro. Likewise.
Like I said, no one ever succeeds by themselves.
Facts.
You got to find people who are just as hungry or hungrier than you are.
Facts.
And that's what's going to make you succeed.
Real talk.
Being around those people who are hungry, no matter how much they have achieved, you know. You've
Exactly.
done Maybach Latino, you've done all these things, and you're still like, all right, no, now what am I doing today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm about.
Shouts to Ross, man, by the way, man. Shouts to my bro Ross, man, the big homie, man. You know what I'm saying? He just shouted me out on Drink Champ, so, you know, I got to shout him out now. You know what I'm saying? He gave me that opportunity with the Maybach Latino thing, and we gave it all we got, man. We made it, you know, we made it rock
happen.
for a few years.
Yeah,
Me and
man.
Mega Mix, man. So, you know, and Banks, too. Banks had our back, too, and everybody was riding. Destiny was riding. Everybody was riding along with it.
For sure.
But, you know, after like 4 years, it was like, you know, it was time to, you know,
Time to move on to other things.
time to
yeah.
move on to other things. And, you know, he's
Yeah,
doing
man.
his thing, and I love him to death, man. Salute to Ross and the whole MMG, and you know, salute to everybody, man. Spiff, too, everybody, man. Gucci Poochie, I see y'all boys, man. Love.
My brother. So, last thing, how can people connect with you?
Go ahead, follow me at Apex305. Follow at Fuego in the Booth series. That's a new platform that we have for all artists out there who want to get on and have some content for their, you know, for their material. Hit us up. We're doing high quality 4K video productions for artists that have good material and are moving. We want artists that are doing their thing, and we don't want just somebody who's in their bedroom and, you know,
Yeah.
it's got to be somebody who's moving and doing their thing and has good quality music. Hit us up. We're always interested in that. Hit up my partner, Chris Johnson, at Fuego in the Booth series, and at Fuego Talk Podcast as well. That's a new podcast that I'm working on. I'm producing that. I'm hosting it, so that's coming soon. At Rap Nerd as well, with hosted by King Tetris. That's coming soon. I'm executive producing that with my boy Shotty. So, yeah, there's a lot of things in the works, man. You know, a lot of things.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of things in the works. I got a new record with my bro Salazar, Speaking Fluent, off of his album Triple Corona. That's produced by Tev95, so you could get that as well. That's available on all digital platforms. Speaking Fluent, featuring UB, my boy Salazar at Tabaguero. And, you know, we just working, bro. My son, Official Air, he's got tons of projects, so check him out. Official Air, HEIR. He's all over social media and all over the digital streaming platforms, so he's doing his thing as well. And we just working, brother. We just working, you know. My DJ Megamix as well. If I don't shout these guys out, they'll get mad. DJ Megamix, THC, he's all over social media as well and all the DSPs. So he's got a ton of music out. He took like a bunch of my old sessions and remixed them with like new beats, and he's been like dropping them like, bro, I don't care. I'm going to drop all this old shit. I'm like, bro, just drop it. Do your thing. As long as you're working, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, brother. So, Yubi, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming
You already
through.
know. Thank you, brother.
This won't
Thank
be
you.
the last time. We'll definitely
No,
get
whenever.
together. Yeah,
Like I said, I'm only a call away, brother. And I thank you. And this was a great time. I love
Definitely.
it. I love the crew. Shouts to the crew, man. Salute to the crew. Love you
Collab
guys.
crew. Alrighty, guys. That's another episode of the Montana Method Podcast. Your host, Nelson Rodriguez Jr., special guest, Yubi, the Underboss, Apex 305. Always remember, push it to the limit. The world is yours. And if you are not chasing a dream, my friends, life is meaningless. Till the next one.
Beautiful.
I've been out here hustling all my life. Every day we get into it. Really out here in these streets. That's day and night. Like there's nothing to it. When I was going through it, dog, I never got your call. I never asked for nothing, no. But now I want it all. Promise I'ma do it. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags.